2, 1, let's go. Take it from the right, take it from the left, take it from the right. Hey y'all, it's Jessica, Jusglamcouture. I'm coming to you guys with another video, but this time it's a story time. I know you guys are looking at my video like, wow, the lighting and the quality is way better on this video in comparison to my first video that I ever recorded, and that's because I have a new camera and I have new lighting. I am using my Sony A5000 camera and I'm loving it. I just got it, so I could not wait to jump on here and record. Also, if you follow me on social media, you may notice that my hair is a little longer than what it's been previously, and that's because it's been growing so much. I cut it and it's actually growing back so good, and I cut it because I had a lot of heat damage and a lot of damage from being in college and not getting my hair done regularly, just keep wearing weaves and a whole bunch of other stuff and not properly taking care of it. So it's a lot healthier, and actually is, as you can see, it's a little oily from just my natural oils, and I've only had this wrap for about a week. So as you can see how oily it is, my hair is, you know, producing a lot of oils, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. I am trying to commit to only flat ironing my hair only once a month. That's my commitment, and the rest of the time I'll probably wear a wig. So if you see me switch in between hairstyles, I might have a little curly ponytail or a wig or this. That's why I'm trying to only put heat in it once a month. I want to eventually not put any heat in it, but we have to slow roll it until I get used to being natural. So yeah, let's get to the story. Alright, so for those of you that don't know, I attended school in Florida before I attended the University in Kentucky, and I attended school in Tallahassee, Florida. Now, upon attending there, I lived in Detroit, Michigan. That's where I'm originally from. And my mother's friend, let me say that very lightly, my mother's old friend, daughter, also was going to school in Tallahassee, Florida. So we thought that it would be a good idea that we went down there together and we would be roommates. Now, along with me and her being roommates, it was me, her, and another young lady that was roommates. And it did not go so well. And when I say it did not go so well, it did not go so well. Everything the first month or two was little okay. We rode together. I had a car at the time. My mother paid for my car to get shipped down there. We rode together. It was nothing, no issues. After about 2 months, I would say about October, school started. I think we got down there in August. In October, it was a mess. I will buy groceries, and I told like my other two roommates, like, you know, we can go to the grocery store together, get groceries. I don't mind if you guys eat this and that, but I really don't eat beef or pork, so please do not dip into my shrimp or chicken like that. That was just an understanding that we had. Let me just say this. I wanted to choke that girl, okay? Choke her. I'm very, very nice, but once you use and abuse me, it's like I go 0 to 100. So anyway, I came home to her cooking my shrimp. Not for her, not for my roommate, not for her and my roommate, but for her company. Why are you cooking my bags of shrimps for your company? After I told you that don't touch the shrimps. Like, I don't understand, why are you cooking the shrimps for you and your company? Like, did you not understand what I was saying? So I let that slide. You know, she was cooking her shrimps. It was another occasion where we were staying in a townhouse. So like my room was on the bottom floor. I had like my own room and my own bathroom. Each room had a bathroom. So I was on the bottom floor, like by the kitchen and by the living room, whereas my other two roommates were upstairs. Let's get this roommate that I fought a name. We're gonna call her China. We're just gonna call her China for the sake of this video. So China room was upstairs. So I come home from school one day and China's best friend is always there. Like, you don't live here, girl. Why are you always in this house? So she's there, you know, chilling downstairs. She was there chilling downstairs or whatever. And she had guys down there. Now, Do I mind if you have company? No, because we're all grown. If you want to have company, that's cool and whatever. But the issue that I had was her company was smoking cigarettes in our house. Why is your company smoking cigarettes in our house? No one in this house smokes cigarettes, so why is your company in our house smoking some cigarettes? So I asked them, you know, hey, can y'all put the cigarettes out? Like, no one smokes cigarettes here. Nobody wants their house smelling like cigarettes. So the guy put the cigarette out. So I'm like, okay, I go in my room. So one of my friends came over. It was a guy friend. It wasn't nothing like that. We were both from Detroit. He just came over to visit me. So we were in the room or whatever. Me and him were talking. I don't remember what we was doing at the time, but anyway, so we're in the room. It's like maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. They watching movies, kikiing, giggling. It's real loud. It's a weekday. So I'm like, okay. So I go out there like, you know, can y'all quiet down? Now, mind you, this girl is not down there. She's upstairs in her room with a guy. Why is your best friend in your company downstairs by themselves and you're upstairs with a guy? I have no understanding to it. Like, I really don't. Like, usually when someone has company over, you need to be downstairs with your company, not upstairs with the dude, okay? Like, that's just, I feel like a rule of thumb. So, knowing the person that I am, I'm like, okay, I go in the room. So, they get louder. Once I go in the room, I think I went upstairs and knocked on her door and was like, you know, you need to go down there and talk to your company because they're loud and they're rude. So she comes downstairs. As she comes downstairs, I go back in my room. They get loud. So I'm like, okay, I already had some animosity towards her because she was cooking my shrimp for these same dudes. They smoking in the house. You not down here. I'm tired of seeing your stinking behind, your stinking best friend on my couch. I'm just tired of all this. Like, your best friend need to be paying rent here as much as she's here. So I'm like, okay. I go back in my room. I'm like, she's coming down with her company. All right, go about what I was doing. So I goes back in my room. So they get louder, and I feel like they got louder on purpose. Now, they was watching a movie or whatever, but I could hear them out there talking, you know, trying to be funny, like, yeah, she tried to come out here, and this is my house just like it's her house, which it is. But you have to respect your roommates. You have 2 other roommates, so you have to respect them. Now, mind you, my other roommate is upstairs. She's in her room chilling, and it's probably not bothering her because she's not downstairs. We lived in like a townhouse type thing, or would that be considered a townhouse or condo? Whatever the case, a townhouse type thing. So her room was upstairs, mine was downstairs. So that's why it was bothering me so much. And I'm not petty Betty. I'm not one of them type of petty people, but if something is bothering me, I'ma not hold my breath. So I goes back in my room. So at this point, they get louder, but they get louder on purpose. So I'm like, okay, let me call my mama, because this is my mother's friend daughter, or her associate daughter, whoever the case may be. And me, just to let you guys know, me and her had never been cool up until this point. So this is her, you know, I really don't know this girl like that. This is her friend daughter. So I said, let me call my mama. So I called my mama. She like, well, you know what's going on? And I said, first off, she eating all my food. I told her not to touch my stuff. She still touched it. That's the issue. We really ain't been talking like that. It's been kind of some back and forth stuff, like little small stuff going back and forth, being said. She never replaced my shrimp. This is the issue, this and that. She got company over, they smoking, they loud, this and that. So I'm just calling my mama, like, just asking for some advice. Like, what should I do? Because at this point, I'm irritated and I'm trying to go about the situation the right way. Now, at the time, I believe I was I 17 or 18? That's a good question. I think I was 17. No, it might have been 18. It might have been after my 18th birthday. Yeah, it was after my 18th birthday because me and her, we all hung for my 18th birthday. Ooh, excuse me, my hair. So we all hung for my 18th birthday or whatever. So it was after I was 18 at the time. So I'm like, you know, let me start making smart decisions. I'm in college or whatever. Girl, mama says, well, go get her the phone. This is where all went left. So I said, okay, I step over her company's feet. They sitting on the couch. Now, how our living room was set up, it was 2 couches and then a table in the middle. So I'm like, okay. So I walk over, you know, her friend's feet. So I'm like, all right, here, my mom was on the phone. So mom was like, I don't know what exactly my mom was asking her, but she was asking her like, you know, hey, what happened? So she like, I don't know if mama asked her like, what happened, or why are you guys, not get along or something the case may be. She was like, basically like, she didn't know what I was talking about. There's no issue. There's never been an issue. She didn't eat my shrimp. She didn't drink my milk or whatever else the case may be. She ate, because I don't remember. This was like 5 years ago. Was it 5 years ago? 6 years ago? 6 years ago. 6 years ago. So I don't remember exactly what else stemmed up to that point, but it was multiple things that happened up to that point. So she's on the phone like telling my mom like, yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, she's making that up, but it's never been an issue. And I'm like, are you lying to my mother? Are you really lying to my mother? Like, so I grabbed the phone, like, give me my phone if I have to beat your, you know what I'm saying? You know, if I really have to be, I ain't gonna curse. But I was like, give me the phone if I have to beat your A, okay? Because you lied to my mama, and I don't like when people lie to my mother. Why is you lying? You know we was not getting along, sister. So I snatched the phone, I walk away. So she walk up behind me like, oh, so you said you was gonna be my A? Oh, you said you're gonna be my A? So when you walking up behind me, yeah, I swung first. Cause why is you walking up behind me? So I swing, we get to fighting. So as we fighting, I don't like, cause she walked up from me, like behind me, I turned around and instantly swung. Because I'm not gonna argue, I'm not gonna chit chat with you. I swung. Cause yeah, I said I was gonna beat your A because you was lying to my mama. So yeah, now we about to fight. So she walked up behind me, I swung, we get to fighting. Well, somehow, some way, I end up walking her back and she fell on top of the table. I don't know if it's because of the trip, it was people on the couch, it was a whole bunch of guys there. So I'm like, okay, you know, we get to fighting, I walking her back, and she fell. So I'm like, okay, so I'm on top of her swinging. So as I'm swinging, like, she got my edges, y'all. Now at this time, I think my hair was a little longer than this. You know, I was going to the hairdresser regularly, so my hair was popping, you know, and she ain't had no hair. So she done grabbed the sister edges. So she hold my edges. So as she hold my edges, I'm like, let my edges go. So I'm like hitting her from the side. To make a long story short, as we fighting, because her friends feel like she getting her behind whooped, they feel the need to jump in and stump me. Somehow the police get called. I don't know who called the police. That's a good question. I don't know who called the police. But the police got called. And when the police got called, I'm like, what the heck? So as we fighting, the police walk in. So as the police walk in, they come taking me, ma'am, this and that. Y'all need to come out. Actually, my roommate had to come down. My roommate had to come down and break up the fight, like get them off me, because they was like really jumping me. Like guys was trying to jump in. The guy, my friend that I had there, he had to jump in to try to keep the guys from jumping on me. The females was jumping on me, stumping me, this and that, and it was a whole big thing. So at this point, I'm irritated. Like, why I get up? First off, the first thing I do, you know what I'm saying, I really wasn't injured like that. I think I had a scratch like on my forehead from her, I guess, grabbing, scratching at my clawing at my hair. And then I had my edges on this side. That's why I don't know if y'all can see, like, they're a little thinner on this side than this side. This side is more full than this side. And that's because she fucking pulled my hair. She pulled my edges out. Excuse my language, she pulled my edges out. So I was too irritated. Like, why would you touch my hair? Like, I'm one of those fighters, I square up. Don't get to pulling my edges. So my little edges was like gone, and you know what I'm saying, that was the first thing. That was what I was worried about. The police was there, everything. I went in the room like, dang, my edges. Now mind y'all, this is the funny part, because while all this going on, the police come in, my roommate breaking up the fight. After the fight, I get up, I'm like, okay, you know, go check my hair, come back out. I'm livid. My mother is still on the phone. Like, I swear to y'all, my mother is still on the phone. Like, and it's funny because I pick up my phone because I have my phone in my hand. I dropped my phone when she walked up behind me and I started swinging. So my mama hear all this is going on, but she hear me saying like, Chris, I'm gonna call my roommate Chris, because I ain't gonna say her name. I'm like, Chris, they jumping me. They jumping me. They jumping me. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, y'all jump me. Like, y'all really gonna jump me. Da, 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 da. So I'm like upset. So that's all I'm here. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, Ma, they freaking jumped me. Like, do you know they jumped me? So my mama like screaming to the top of her lungs like, hello, hello. Like when I pick up the phone, she yelling like, I can't believe they jumped. I'm about to get a flight. I'm about to be on the flight down here. I'm about to be on the flight down here. I have had my mama like panicking. So just picture your 18-year-old, well, I was 17 at the time. Well, I had just turned 18. Your 18-year-old daughter goes down to Florida, and her second, third month there, she getting a fight, and all you on the phone the whole fight, and all you hear is jump, 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 jump. So my mama is like thug life, y'all. She thug life. Like I run after her, but I'm a lightweight comparison to her. So she thug life. So she like, oh my God, like I'm about to get a flight down there, like what the heck going on, this and that. So I'm like, the police was called. So she heard the police. So the police basically told me like, you need to leave for tonight, you need to pack a bag, leave for tonight. So I end up going to my friend house. We gonna say her name is E. I end up going to E house, and I'm like, you know, I need to stay here because this and that would happen. And the guy ended up going with me to make sure that I was okay. But yeah, it was like all types of crazy. Like, why would y'all jump me? This is a one-on-one fight. Why would y'all jump in and try to stump me? So the next day, and it's crazy because my mama was like, you need to go file the order of protection on her before she file one on you, because she gonna file the order of protection on you, and it's gonna put you in a bad situation. Well, I'm like, nah. We fought. This the end of it. We fought it out. I'm good now. All my anger is gone. Whatever, I'm still gonna get them bras to jump me, but all my anger is gone. So mom was like, no, Jessica, you need to protect yourself. She gonna go file an order of protection. I said, okay. Well, mama really wasn't telling me to go file one. She was like, she's gonna file one. Like, this is just, I already know how she gonna play. So I'm like, okay. So the next day I goes back, no, the 2 days after that, I go back home, and I was served with, which my mama had already told me she was gonna come down there, but I was served with a order of protection. Like the police, the sheriffs came and knocked on the door and was like, here's the papers. He was like, you have to evacuate. He was like reading off my rights. Like, you need to evacuate the house, and you cannot be within so many feet of her, so many feet of the house. And I'm like, how is she able to do that? Like, why do I have to leave? Both of our names are on this lease. Like, why do I have to leave? This is not domestic violence. Like, we both equally got into a fight. Well, she said that you swung first, and these are the damage. She went down and had pictures of what happened, and she went down to the police station and caused all this like commotion and stuff like that. So at this point, I'm like livid. So once you see me like cry, like I'm like irritated. Like, I'm like, did she really just go do this? So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, the sheriff see me, like I'm going 0 to 100. My eyes starting to get red. I'm starting to get red. So she comes down the stairs. So as she come down the stairs, she laughing. Like, what you laughing at? So I done tried to charge at it again. Like, you really got this order of protection. So the sheriff like, you know, like, I really feel bad because I know you're not from here. You really don't know nobody here. This and that. So I'm like livid. I'm like livid at this point. So we end up going to court. The order of protection that she had was that I could not be within so many feet of her, which meant that I could not attend school. Which that's where I kind of got irritated, because now you're playing with my education. Now you're playing with my education. So I missed midterms and all this other stuff because she went and got an order of protection on me. So I'm like, okay, okay. This is how we gonna play it. This is how we gonna play it. So I'm livid. So now I'm like, anytime I see her out, I'm gonna be ready to fight. I'm irritated. Like, I just can't believe this junk happened. To make a long story short, we end up going to court, and the judge was like, no, one of y'all is gonna have to leave. And because my roommate Chris, which is the other roommate, she was a little older than us, because she was head of the leasing office and it became a conflict of the leasing office, and we stayed in student housing. So because of that, Chris ended up talking to the management and was like, basically like, Jessica did not start the fight. Like, she did not start the fight. Like, this is what happened. They jumped on her, and she is the issue, because Chris had an issue with her too. Like, she just was nasty. She was, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of different situations where she just was not respectable to her roommates. So Chris was like, you know, no, you know, she needs to go. So at this point, her mother was down there. My mother was down there. We went to court. After court, the leasing office said that she had to go. So she ended up packing her stuff. But in the midst of all this, like me not being able to be at the house, I wasn't able to be at the house for like a week and a half before, like maybe it was like a week and a half. So I wasn't able to be at the house for like a week and a half. And my mother stayed at the house. Well, while I was gone, before my mother got there, she was packing up stuff that my mother had bought for the apartment. Utensils, placemats, all this other stuff. So my mother, being my mama, she went in the room and got the stuff back. Like, why are you packing up my stuff? Like, so my mama was calling me like, you know, you need to come over here. So I'm like playing a little sneaking in the back door type thing to get her go over there. So we rigged the little lock in her room while she was gone. And because I think the judge said that she couldn't be at the house as well or something like that. So I end up rigging a little lock. We end up breaking in the room to get my stuff out the room. Because why is you packing up my supplies and my utensils and they not yours? You didn't pay for them. My mother paid for them. So we broke into the room. We thinking we expect your gadget, and we breaking into the room to get the little, you know, the stuff that she stole. So a long story short, her mother get here. The apartment complex said, baby girl, you got to go. You the issue. So, because her mother swore up and down that I was going to be the one that was going to have to move out the apartment because I was the one that swung first. But that wasn't the case. So, you got to go. So, at this point, I'm feeling good. Like, baby girl, pack your stuff up, baby. You the one that got to move. Pack your stuff up. So she packed her bags up. My mama there, her mama there. So as she packed her bags up, I forgot why, but her mama ended up saying something slick, and mom was like, well, what's up then? What's up? You want to go there? You want to go there? Like, what's up? So her and mama got to arguing. I told her, I said, Ma, it ain't even worth it, baby. They ain't even worth it, because they about call the police on me again, or call the police on you. It ain't even worth it, because we already know how they cut. We already know how they cut, so it ain't even worth it, baby. Let's not even do that. So she ended up packing her stuff up and leaving, and me and my other roommate, we did perfectly good. There wasn't no issue. We didn't have an issue or whatever, so everything worked out. Long story short, I ended up having an order of protection until I was done with my freshman year of college. I had to go to court. I think it was the last day before I left Tallahassee, and to, I guess, disregard the order of protection. And that was a living nightmare. After being in Florida, I just was like, yeah, it's time to go. Like, it's really time to go. Once they dismissed them papers and all that, I was like, it is time to get up out of Florida. So I left Florida, and that's when I decided to go to the University of Kentucky. And me and her, we had off and on issues throughout my stay in Florida, but it just is what it was. And I just feel like it was petty of her to go get an order of protection out on me and to serve me with papers. And it was just, we fought. I just felt like, why did you have to go do all that extra? It is what it is, and I was just happy to be done with the situation. Now, that's all for this story. And just crazy enough, I have not seen her again. I've seen some of her friends that's jumped in on a fight, but I have not seen her personally again. And it's just awkward, because it's just like, I now feel like I'm too grown to be fighting. But why did y'all have to jump? Y'all still got that question to this day. So if they watching this or ever watch it, why was y'all petty like that? Please explain. But that's all for now. I'll be back with another story time. I think I'm gonna do story time Sundays, but I just randomly wanted to tell this story and upload a video. So that's why I uploaded this one. But make sure you subscribe and like, and I will be back with another video soon.